Today, we're talking budgets, or more specifically, your error budget. The accuracy of your instrument determines how much you'll pay in terms of inaccuracy. Now, what if I told you when we put 3 laser scanners head to head, there's a range from $1.25 to over $40 in accuracy cost? Which one will cost you the most in each scene? Stick around to find out. Here at Trimble Forensics, we want you to be educated about the instruments that you're using. Now, whether it's ours or those of another manufacturer, we believe that in order to make strong cases, the officer running the instrument needs to know the ins and the outs of the tool that they're using. Because in the end, informed officers make stronger cases. When an instrument is determined to be calibrated, that means that the instrument is operating within the manufacturer's specifications. But how often do we look at the published specifications? Or do we even know what they mean? Let's go over self-leveling, or tilt compensation for the Trimble X7 and other terrestrial laser scanners on the market. Now, if we look at the published spec sheet, the Trimble X7 has an automatic level compensator that is survey grade, which has an accuracy of 3 arc seconds, or about 0.0013 degrees of true level, provided the instrument is physically within 10 degrees of level. If your rough leveling is outside of that 10 degrees, the compensator is not able to get down to that survey grade leveling. But if your X7 is operating with firmware version 2 or newer, if your lights are green, you're operating within the necessary range and the instrument will give you survey grade leveling, which is court tested and proven to be forensically sound. Now let's talk about range. The Trimble X7's range is rated for 80 meters. The instrument is physically capable of measuring farther, but it throws out anything it measures beyond 80 meters. Now you may be asking, why would they do that? Well, errors inherent to all measurements, including tilt compensation, and those errors get larger the further away from the instrument that you go. The question is not whether you can measure farther, but how accurate are those more distant measurements? Does it do us any good to measure farther if those long distance measurements are contributing to inaccuracy in our scene? It's something to think about. Now that we've covered distance, let's go back and revisit the level compensator. For level compensator comparison, we're going to use the Trimble X7's published survey grade compensator accuracy of 3 arc seconds. For the other two instruments in our comparison, we're going to use the manufacturer's published spec sheet accuracy of 54 arc seconds for scanner number 2 and 3 arc minutes for scanner number 3. Again, these values are taken from the published spec sheets, and these spec sheets are what will be used in court to determine the likely error of a measured piece of evidence. Now, the Trimble X7 and scanner number 3 do not have a 330 meter range as defined in the spec sheets, so we're going to assume that they do, in order to show the potential for error with long ranges, combined with tilt compensator accuracy. Using the same 330 meter distance for all three, the Trimble X7 would have a likely point error of 0.314 inches due to the tilt compensation error. Scanner 2's tilt compensator accuracy yields a likely error of 3.4 inches, and scanner number 3, well, it'll likely give a tilt compensation error of 11.33 inches at 330 meters. So let's put it into a different perspective. Let's look at it in terms of error budget and how much the tilt compensator error is going to cost us on each scene. What we're going to do is stack up quarters to the height of a likely error at 330 meters. A quarter is approximately 0.070 inches thick. Now, when it comes to tilt compensation, the Trimble X7 would have a likely error of 0.314 inches, or $1.25 worth of stacked quarters. A pretty small cost to our error budget. Scanner number 2's likely tilt compensator error is 3.4 inches, which will cost our error budget about $12.50. Now, as you can see, this is going to cost our error budget quite a bit more than our X7. Now, we get to scanner number 3. This scanner's likely tilt compensator error is going to be 11.33 inches, and it's going to cost our error budget $41.50. Every time you pull your instrument out, scene after scene, your error budget gets a bill, and at some point, that bill is going to come due in court. What's in your instrument spec sheet matters, whether you're getting to know the instrument you already own, or you're looking at purchasing another instrument for future use. The devil is in the details, and the worst time to see one of these spec sheets for the first time is when you're on the witness stand. Hopefully this video has given you a window into what information you can find in your spec sheets and how level compensation can impact your scene's accuracy. If this video was helpful to you, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.